if it's Thursday, it's Think Tank Thursday. I'm Beth Standlee with Traintertainment, and I'm so excited to share Cheryl more with you. Everybody knows every conversation I have practically seems to be about labor, and some of the, I've been so excited for Cheryl and I to take the time I have insight into what they did, and it's just cool. So I can hardly wait for you guys to hear all the brilliance of this gal that we've got with us today. Cheryl's a longtime friend of mine. People tease me that that's what I say about everybody, but it's the truth. With Cheryl, we have the opportunity to work with her. She's one of the goddesses at Alleycats Entertainment in Arlington, Texas, and we get to work side by side with them in our business and our sales coaching program. So she was destined to have to come on Think Tank. I can't hardly thank her enough for it. I do want to thank our sponsors, Party Center Software, Bets and Embed, Simnox, and Redemption Plus. They are firm partners of ours, digital sponsors. And if you've got to do business with any of these folks, we can highly recommend them. So without further ado, let me introduce to you my friend, and who I know will be yours when this Think Tank is over, Miss Cheryl Moore. Cheryl, tell them about you. You have a great history in this industry.
Okay, thanks, Beth.
And you're the general manager of a very busy place, right?
I'm the general manager of a very busy place, especially during this time of year. So I have been in the entertainment business my entire adult life. I started off at Six Flags Over Texas. My grandmother told everybody I sold hats at Six Flags. And so, I was out there from the time I was 17 and worked my way up through Six Flags. I went to Baylor University and drove home every single weekend to work at Six Flags because I loved it so much.
Wow.
Thought I was going to be a music major. Turned out I didn't want to be a music major. I loved the entertainment business. And so I graduated from Baylor one day, got married the next, and went full-time salaried at Six Flags on the third day. So I've never looked back. So from Six Flags, I was there for a long time, did a lot of general management as the merchandising and retail manager there. And as time would have it, people in the same town kind of move around and whatnot. And I had some friends move over to the Fort Worth Zoo, and I ended up being the assistant director over at the Fort Worth Zoo in charge of all the in-park operations. Did the same thing at Dallas Zoo, moved on to Speed Zone, had a great 2 or 3 years there, learning more about the FEC business. And from there, I came to Alleycats. And so this is something I love doing. I love working with people. I love the fact that every day is a different day. You'll.
Oh, that's for sure.
Oh wow, you never get what you thought you were going to get. So it's a lot of fun. It's kept me interested for a number of years now, and this is probably all I'll ever do. So. Good business to be in. I try to encourage the young ones in the business to come on and do the same thing, because it's one that you can get into and enjoy and love and make a career out of it.
We certainly have lots of lifers. Fun is an easy addiction. It's a better one than most, right? And the
Sure.
industry's lucky to have you. I know we have really come through some crazy times. And to say the least. I know, and we're here in Texas, so your shutdown was a lot briefer than many around the country, but your labor crisis is not different.
No, I don't see how it could be. Yeah, it's been quite an experience, one that I really don't remember ever having to deal with anything quite like this. When we came back from COVID, we were the fortunate ones because we had outside operations, and so we were able to operate earlier than a lot of FECs were. I know, especially up north of here, but we got into a situation where when things really started opening up again, we had people, for all the different reasons that everyone else has had, we were short staffed, and seemed to hit us particularly in the food service areas, but really across the board. We went through everything everybody else did. We put applications or, job interest out there, and people would either not respond, or they would respond and then not show up, or they would show up and we would interview them, give them the job, and then they wouldn't come to work. So we learned about ghosting. That was
Right.
something I'd never heard of before. And last year was just a banner year with all of the pent up demand. And honestly, we limped along. It was difficult. And but because the labor shortage was just really hitting us, so a lot of days we operated with managers and 6 or 8 people, and
Right.
that's short. So we had to get really creative. As we came through last year and we're approaching this season, the 2022 season, it felt like we were really at the peak of the crisis as far as labor goes. It's like, guys, what are we going to do? We've got to have labor for spring break, and so, we were just sitting around, a bunch of managers sitting around about just kind of jabbing around about what can we do? How are we going to get people? How are we going to reach the people we need to reach to get them to come work? And several of us who work here together now, we came from Six Flags, and back in the day, a very successful program that we had, we called it the Booster Program in those days. And basically we would go to HR departments of schools, at churches, any place that had people who had a reason to raise money. They weren't looking for a long-term job. They weren't looking for, they just needed to raise money for a particular cause that they had.
Okay.
And so we kind of started thinking that might be one solution, because, one thing that we've seen, even though corporate groups have not been coming back since COVID, a lot of school groups are getting out there and starting to do business as usual. Churches, same thing, and so they still had, within their organizations, they still had a need to earn money for whatever it was they had going on. And so, the core of our team members, of our frontline team members, are still in high school.
Yep.
And so we just had managers kind of put out feelers, hey, do y'all have any groups? Because we started frankly getting some people go, hey, we're not going to be able to work spring break because we're getting ready. We're going to be doing car washes. We've got to do all of these things because our band is taking a trip in June, and we need to be out earning money. And so, we kind of started thinking through this thing, and actually talked to a couple of the local schools who our team members attended, and found out one of them had a band trip going to Washington, D.C. Another one had a tennis team that was going, I don't know, Georgia or someplace like that. And so these students who were in the organizations needed an opportunity to earn money.
Okay.
They didn't want a long-term commitment. They just, there's only so many car washes you can do, to earn money. Right. So, and in our situation, we're no different from other companies, who have seasonal business. We need employees when we need them, but then there's times of year that we just don't need them. So we kind of started putting 2 and 2 together and decided this might be a good plan for all of us. And so, that, and the fact that high schoolers are really our target market. They're the bright, shining, youthful faces with energy and whatnot that we want representing us behind the lines. And so it just seemed like a win-win situation if we could recruit 2 or 3 of these groups. If we could just get, we thought if we can just get 15 or 20, students.
Help here in that 2-week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so it just worked out. So the good thing is we were able to, between the 2 groups, the tennis group and the band, we actually had about 25 students who came out. Not everybody was every day, but each of them probably over a 2-week period worked about 4 to 5 shifts. Okay. And so what we did was we put them to work doing things like bussing tables, making cotton candy, prepping pizzas, running food back and forth. A lot of them made popcorn, just the things that needed to be.
They were just like a laser focus. This one thing just required the show, tell, do, review, just the one
Mhm.
Okay, so you weren't trying to teach them the whole business or anything.
And that's one of the cool things about it is that we could actually have new people show up the morning of, and in 15, 20 minutes time, we could tell them exactly and explain to them and hands-on teach them exactly what we needed to do, you know?
Got it.
And so it was just a great situation. So we had 15, 20 students who helped us throughout the 2-week period. They came and they did all of these items. Some of them, we actually hired 4 of them out of the 20. We hired 4, and a couple of them have stayed on with us and have been great employees, you know?
Awesome. Oh, so you really got the try before you buy.
Absolutely. We sure did.
How did you pay them?
So what we did is we just kept a real basic timesheet, and every day when they came in, they signed in and out. And at the end of the 2-week period, we tallied everybody up. We paid them $10 an hour. We paid them on a 1099 basis. So this was just a one-time. We wrote a check out to the organization, and then the organization used the timesheet to split the $10 per hour up
between the students. Okay.
Exactly. So it was very simple. I think each of the kids, you know, averaged about $300 a piece or so, which was a big chunk of what they were looking to earn in the first place.
Okay.
So yeah, it was just an overall really good situation. I think the fact that we were able to get some to stay with us, you know, beyond the 2 weeks.
Go ahead and hire. Yeah.
A lot. And it's interesting because we realized that we need to broaden this whole approach, because these are the sweet spots that we want to hit. You know, we found that we were using, you know, the Career Builder and the Indeed and that sort of thing, but the applicants that we were getting were not the kind of, we're not these students. They were not that age group who were really eager to work and that sort of thing, you know. So it was just a great opportunity to bring these kids in, put them to work, let them do what they needed to do, and they helped us tremendously.
Well, it just sounds great to me, and the fact you got 2 really good team members out of it is fantastic. I don't know a single location out there that wouldn't be thrilled to get 2 really good team members right now today. You know, will you do it again?
Absolutely, we'll do it again. We're going to have our HR team actually go out and late this summer or early next fall, we want to start building relationships with the local high schools. So there's a ton of high schools close to both of our locations. And so that's one of the things we want to put ourselves out there and see if we can't have ongoing groups like this that, you know, we can help them, they can help us. And in turn, hopefully a lot of them or several of them, more and more each time possibly, will stay with us through the summer, you know, and consider Alleycats their job for the summer, maybe even
during break, because you need, obviously everybody needs more staff during breaks and
right.
like that. And you'll have a big holiday season. You'll need some.
Exactly. Yep. We're always here working when everybody else is having fun. So we need people who are willing to do the same thing. And the school schedule works out perfectly, just fits hand in hand with what we're doing.
That's great. Gosh, Cheryl, I just think it's brilliant. I really, I know about it because you talked about it during quarterly planning, and you guys were certainly thrilled with the results and the kind of kids that came in to help. I mean, and aren't those the kind of kids we're looking for, right? Those that are involved in band and cheerleading or tennis or those kind of things where they already understand about being part of a team and those kinds of things. So that's exciting. I'm thrilled that you've shared it. And if any of you are watching and listening now and have questions, you know, you can certainly put them in the feed here, and we'll make sure Cheryl follows up, and you can just go out to our Facebook page there, Cheryl, and answer questions directly and stuff. But I just think it's a great opportunity for Alleycat, certainly, and then for any other locations trying to manage that labor gap, because there's certainly been a gap like we've never seen before.
Sure has.
Well, that's awesome. So I hope you I hope your solid with being part of the tank, because you did a great job. No doubt we'll be asking you back, because I know I'm going to hear more great ideas from you that we're going to want to share. But in that vein, when you come to the tank, one of the things we just have to know, mostly because we're obsessed with growth, at Trainertainment, we think that if you help others grow, that then helps the businesses. And we think if businesses do well, that communities do better. And then that touches all of us, right? Our families and everything. And so to that end, Cheryl, the Think Tank question is, what do you do consistently to help yourself and or others grow? What are things that you do?
Well, I always keep an open mind about learning new things, about seeing new things. I love to go places and see other businesses and what they do, and pick up on the ideas that they're using and how they're attacking some of the same problems that my business has, throughout my career, I've been to a lot of seminars, a lot of classes, a lot of whatnot, and you just can't beat them. I always feel like I pick up one or two things that I can take back that are relevant to what I'm doing. I always enjoy your classes, because
I think that's how we first met, right? You came to a seminar. Yeah.
Exactly. That's how we first met, and I think it's a lot of fun. I enjoy learning, and I just like the different perspectives that you find when we go to these seminars, these classes. Right now you're working with us on a coaching situation in our sales and marketing programs, and it's a learning experience, and there's just so much that we can do when we all put our minds together and get on the same page and use some of the tools that are available out there. And it's just a great situation to do that. So that's how I always keep learning. I just keep my ears open and take advantage of as many opportunities as we can, and Trainertainment is certainly one of those opportunities.
Well, thank you. I'll get your 20 to you for that.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Well, I think that's a great answer. I think an open mind is, I think without an open mind, there's just no potential for growth, right? I think the day any of us feel like we know it all might be the day that we're going ahead and checking out or something, because I just don't know that day will ever come for me. So
no, I agree. You got to keep growing.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Cheryl. I appreciate you sharing this. And I know there are going to be lots of other operators that are going to have had a big aha with the information you brought to them today. So, thank you. All right. We'll talk.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Hello, my name is Brittany Betty, and I am the Regional Sales Director and Business Development Manager over at Betson Enterprises. Here at Betson, we are so excited to be a part of Trainertainment this year. For those of you who are unaware of Betson and what we do, we are the leading distributor of coin-operated equipment, and we are a family-owned business that has been around for 85 plus years. Please take a moment to watch a quick video on an introduction on the phased approach and turnkey solution we can offer you in your facility. Thank you so much for taking the time for watching. And if you have any questions and would like to reach out to me, I can be reached at my email at bbetty, BBETTI, at Betson, BETSON.com. Please feel free to reach out to me with any questions or needs you might have, in the family entertainment industry, and I would be happy to assist you. Thank you and have a great day.
Are you looking for ways to maximize profits and consolidate systems and processes? Join the Party Center Software and Party Center Pay family. Our suite of solutions makes it easy for you to run your family entertainment center or event business. Our online party booking system makes booking parties and events a breeze. Our point of sale system, digital waivers, and reports will help you simplify steps for your staff and make your guest experience seamless. Our online store allows you to sell products, gift certificates, and other services anytime, even when you're sleeping. But it doesn't end there. All of the solutions mentioned connect with our payment processing platform, Party Center Pay, making it easier than ever to manage your business. Not only can Party Center Pay save you money by cutting out extraneous fees, but Party Center Pay makes it easy to take online deposits or full payments, and we even have a contactless payment option. Paired with our incredible support team and dedicated customer success managers, growing and managing your business has never been easier. Schedule a call with us today to learn more.
My wife and I, this is a partnership with her and I, so we both agreed that, in creating Scary Strokes, that we want to make sure that we have the best available of everything. Embed just seemed like the perfect fit. Like, it was pretty streamlined and had the point of sales and the software for the redemption, and it just seemed, natural to us. So we've been with Embed since the very beginning. And so when Embed, was introducing the mobile wallet, it seemed like a good opportunity for us to jump on, and it's wonderful. I mean, you reload your card from it, you redeem your tickets from it. There's nothing not to like about it. I mean, it's very convenient. It's very clever for sure.
Empowering your employees to manage your redemption area with confidence can be a challenge. The redemption counter is often the last stop your customers make before leaving your facility. That's why we do everything we can to help your staff make that experience one worth returning for. Our service packages allow you to reap the benefits of expertise and customer support, no matter where your business is in its maturity. The Advanced and Pro Service Bundles are unmatched by any other redemption provider in the industry. They allow you to get the support you need when you need it. Gain confidence in your redemption program, knowing your employees are taking advantage of benefits like exclusive redemption training, regular planogram refreshes, product performance and spending reports, and much more. All accessible from an online portal customized to your business. Learn more at services.redemptionplus.com.